look at that new haircut. Oh, was that a bad shot? Totally kidding, mostly. But really? Oh no, that looked rough. Total Happy Gilmore vibes there. Man down. Man down. I was actually a little scared for a second. All right, Michael McCity in the house. Ho! Ooh, what a nice day for it, huh? Joey, get out of that sun. Oh, good. Seriously, though, don't touch the back of that thing. I'm gonna get you when I see you. Thanks for trying not to, though. Oh, and now he's gonna break my driver. Yeah, just go for it. Why not? Okay, so Caitlin Clark just turned a golf tournament into the WNBA's biggest off-season moment. But she didn't show up alone. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull were right there, decked out in full fever gear, acting as her caddies, and the internet absolutely lost its mind. The cameras caught something totally unexpected, and honestly, it might reveal everything about where this Indiana team is headed. Quick question for you. Which team duo has the best chemistry in the WNBA right now? Drop your answers below. Let's be real. When professional athletes do anything outside their sport, the bar is usually super low. We're supposed to applaud them just for showing up, smile for the camera, and pretend their awkward golf swing is endearing. But Caitlin Clark doesn't do anything halfway, and apparently neither do her teammates. The Annika Pro-Am just became the most unexpected proof that the Indiana Fever might actually have something really special cooking, and it has nothing to do with three-pointers or pick and roll.
Oh, let's go.
Caitlin showed up with that same totally unbothered confidence she brings to sold-out arenas. Nothing flashy, nothing over the top. Just pure, I'm here to do my thing energy. The practice range was already packed, even before she took a swing, with fans crowding around like she was about to drop 40 points instead of just hitting a golf ball. Then the camera panned, and that's when things got really interesting. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull were right there, decked out in Indiana Fever caddy gear, standing beside her like it was the most natural thing in the world. The crowd went absolutely insane. Social media spiraled immediately. WNBA Twitter couldn't even decide if this was adorable, super strategic, or maybe both. Two professional basketball players, trading their jerseys for caddy bibs, decided to spend their offseason lugging golf clubs around for their teammate. Not because they had to, not because some PR team forced them, they just showed up. And honestly, that simplicity is exactly what made it so powerful. Because here's the thing about Caitlin Clark. She doesn't just collect all the accolades and disappear into off-season isolation like most superstars. She brings people with her. She makes her teammates part of her story, part of her spotlight, part of her big moments. And for Sophie and Lexi, this wasn't just a fun day out. This was a statement. In a league where team chemistry gets questioned constantly, where roster changes happen overnight, and players guard their next moves like state secrets, these three were out here looking like best friends on spring break.
Hit hard. We're here to hit hard. You guys look like you're literally about to say that.
Okay, so we all just saw that whole scene. I'm honestly super confused. But yeah, let's just keep going with the snacks. And wait, you guys only got one earring. Listen, that matching fever gear, that wasn't an accident. It was intentional. It was loud. It screamed. We're together, and we're not pretending otherwise. For a franchise that spent years trying to figure out its identity, that visual alone was worth more than any press release the front office could ever write. Now, some people immediately tried to downplay it. Oh, it's just golf. It doesn't mean anything, right? Because professional athletes just randomly coordinate matching outfits and then spend their limited free time taver for absolutely no reason. Seriously, the mental gymnastics required to dismiss this moment would totally qualify for Olympic-level competition. These are grown women who could be anywhere else, on vacation, training solo, doing literally anything. But they chose this, they chose each other. And if you don't think that matters, you haven't been paying attention to how championships are built. Let's talk about Sophie for a second, because her presence here is just fascinating. Sophie Cunningham has been at the center of trade rumors, contract speculation, and whispers about whether she'd even stay with Indiana. Some fans were convinced she was already gone, that her silence meant distance. Then she shows up in full Fever caddy gear, cracking jokes, pretending to coach Caitlin's swing, and acting like she's having the time of her life. That's not someone checking out, folks. That's someone who is fully bought in. And Lexi Hull, the quiet one who doesn't chase headlines but always shows up when it counts. She was right there, handing clubs with mock seriousness, cheering like they were playing in the final. Lexi doesn't need the spotlight, but she totally understands what team means. Her presence wasn't loud, but it was steady. And sometimes that's exactly what a roster needs. Someone who doesn't need to be the star, but refuses to let her teammates stand alone. The banter between those three was absolute gold. Sophie was joking about snacks in the golf bag. Lexi was trying to act like a pro caddy even though she clearly had no clue what half the clubs were for. And Caitlin, she was just laughing, totally relaxed, completely in her element, even though golf isn't even her main sport. These weren't forced smiles for the camera, this was genuine friendship, and you just can't fake that kind of energy. But hey, let's not pretend this was just a wholesome outing with zero hidden meaning, because whether it was intentional or not, this moment was strategically brilliant. The Indiana Fever have been under a microscope all offseason. People have been asking questions about roster stability, coaching decisions, whether Caitlin can actually lead a team to contention. It's been relentless. Then this golf tournament happens, and suddenly the entire narrative shifts. Instead of, is the Fever falling apart? It's like, look at this chemistry, look at this unity. One event completely changed the whole conversation. And here's where it gets even better. The fans showed up like it was Game 7. Fever jerseys everywhere. Posters, hats, custom gear. People brought their kids, entire families decked out in Indiana colors, just to watch Caitlin Clark play golf. Not basketball. Golf. That's the kind of cultural impact we're talking about. This isn't just fandom anymore. This is movement energy. This is, we're invested in these people, not just their stats energy. The cameras caught it all. A dad with his daughter, both wearing Clark jerseys. Someone in a Stranger Things themed Caitlin Clark shirt, because why not? Random fans in denim jackets with fever patches. The visual was overwhelming in the best possible way, and it proved something so important. Caitlin Clark doesn't just bring attention to herself, she brings attention to everyone around her, her teammates, her franchise, her fans. Rising tides lift all boats, and she's basically a tidal wave at this point. The haters, though, they're still out here analyzing gift reactions and overthinking Instagram likes. But here's where the real envy kicks in. Coco Gauff is only 20 years. She's got the time, the talent, and now a huge cosign from one of tennis's all-time greats, Novak Djokovic. The people who've been hoping she'd stumble just watch Djokovic basically say, yeah, she's got it. And that stings, because if she does break through, and honestly, with her athleticism and work ethic, it feels like a when, not an if. They're gonna look really foolish for doubting her, and they know it. That's why the comment sections under any article about Djokovic's praise turned into a total salt mine. You had people doing backflips, trying to diminish what he said. Oh, he's just being nice. Really, Djokovic, nice without the same guy who once smashed a racket and then calmly won the match? He's not out here giving charity compliments. He's not trying to get press either. The man is Novak Djokovic. He generates press just by breathing, so try again. The best part is how Djokovic casually mentioned that Gauff is striking the ball very well after talking about her fitness. For tennis nerds, this is huge. Ball striking consistency, combined with physical endurance, is literally the foundation of championship tennis. He's not talking about potential anymore, he's talking about current ability. She's not a prospect who might develop these skills, she has them now. That's what the doubters can't stand. As long as they could point to Gauff as promising or young or not there yet, they had ammunition. Now Djokovic is basically saying she's knocked on the door and is about to kick it down. Their window for slander is closing and they're panicking. Some tried the classic, he only said it because of political correctness angle, right? Because Djokovic, the guy who's never been afraid to speak his mind, sometimes to his own detriment, is suddenly worried about being politically correct. The same Djokovic who's bucked conventional wisdom his entire career, is now a puppet of public opinion. Make it make sense. Others went with, he's just hyping American tennis for US Open ratings. First, Djokovic doesn't work for the tournament. He's not on their PR team. Second, Iga Swiatek isn't American, and he praised her just as much. Third, again, this is Novak Djokovic. He's not out here carrying water for tournament organizers. These conspiracy theories would be funny if they weren't so desperate. What really happened here is simple. A journalist asked Djokovic about two top women's players. He gave thoughtful, detailed, honest answers based on his expertise and observations. He complimented their different strengths and acknowledged where each player is in their journey. That's it. That's the story. But when you're a hater, you just can't accept simple realities. You need drama. You need controversy. You need reasons to be upset even when nothing upsetting is happening. So Djokovic, perfectly reasonable, complimentary analysis, becomes this whole thing where people tie themselves in knots trying to find problems. The funniest part, Gauff will probably win a Grand Slam, maybe multiple. And these same people will then claim they always believed in her. That's how this works. Haters hate until success becomes undeniable. Then they retroactively adjust their narratives to avoid looking foolish. We've seen this movie before. Remember when Djokovic was just the third guy behind Federer and Nadal? Remember when people said he'd never match their slam count? Remember when every victory was asterisked, and every loss was proof he wasn't on their level? Now he's got more majors than both. And suddenly everyone always knew he'd be the GOAT. Sure, you did. Gauff's trajectory is different, but the pattern of hate is identical. Young player shows promise, gets overhyped, faces backlash, develops steadily, achieves success, makes critics look silly. We've watched this cycle repeatedly in tennis. The only variable is how loud the critics are during the development phase. What makes Djokovic comments powerful is the timing. Gauff is right at that inflection point, where everything could click. She's physically mature, mentally tougher, tactically sharper, and surrounded by the right team. When someone who's lived through championship pressure says she's coming very close to that stage, that's not speculation. That's pattern recognition from a master. And that's why the envy hits so hard and so fast. Because deep down, even the haters know what's coming. They see the writing on the wall. Djokovic just read it out loud for everyone to hear. And now they can't pretend they don't see it too. Gauff isn't a project anymore. She's not a maybe someday story. She's a right now player who's about to break through, and one of the greatest champions ever just confirmed it. The internet can rage all at once. Twitter can melt down. Reddit threads can spiral into chaos. None of it changes reality. Coco Gauff is exactly where she needs to be, doing exactly what she needs to do. And Novak Djokovic, who knows a bit about winning, just told the world she's ready. The haters heard it too. That's why they're so mad. So there you have it. Djokovic said what champions recognize in other champions, and the internet couldn't handle it. Gauff's journey is unfolding exactly as it should, and no amount of hate changes that trajectory. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more tennis content that actually makes sense. What's your slam prediction for Gauff? Let me know below.